One of the toughest things to do in all of college football is win on the road. When you're a ranked team going into a hostile environment, these fans are ready to knock them off course. Welcome to Raleigh, North Carolina, Carter Finley Stadium, and home to the NC State Wolfpack. As we'll see, the number 11 team in the country, the UConn Huskies, taking on another team from the ACC, the NC State Wolfpack. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up.
Other opportunities. No more loyalty at these companies anymore. Just not like the olden days.
UConn will deliver the opening kickoff and we'll get this game going. On the move from inside his 5. So NC State's offense will get first crack at it today. And David, they've got a receiver that if he is able to command some extra attention, it could really help get this offense going.
Nah, and you need that playmaker out wide. That guy makes the whole thing go, right? Having a guy, if you want to play man-to-man coverage, he's going to beat you. And he's shown the ability to do that sometimes for this offense. And he's a guy that has the defense's attention.
Yeah, I don't think this guy's winning the Biletnikoff Award necessarily, but you're right, David. When he's one-on-one, he should be able to win those matchups. And based on how he's played this season, this quarterback should feel really good and really confident when he throws his way.
And you see those balls in practice sometimes. They're just off the mark. You don't know how to control it. You don't know what goes wrong, but sometimes QBs miss, and it's an incompletion.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. The give to the tailback. And he finds enough running room, and he's marked down at the 20.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Surging forward on the sneak.
And David, on 3rd and inches right there, that's often a decision the quarterback predetermines. Who's my best guard? That's the guy I'm going to try to get behind.
And I know that defensively, too, but I'm just trying to dive and create a pile, but it's so hard to stop that play. That's why you see it ran so successfully.
He'll do it himself. This freshman makes the stop after a short gain.
Well, the QB decided to keep it on that one. And listen, if you had his athleticism, you'd want to keep it too. Almost every time they run these types of option plays. But he's just going to have to do a good job of understanding when to hand it off, when to pitch it, and try to keep this defense on their heels and read his keys. He's got a lot of talent. Just got to make sure he's making the right decisions moving forward.
North Carolina State defining efficiency on this drive. Wants to throw on first down. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Second down, he'll throw it. Makes the grab. Out across the 45 and out of bounds at the 46-yard line. A big pickup here as they try to put together a scoring drive. The Wolfpack with a 1st and 10 here. Just keeps slinging it. Complete. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. Now it's a first down from the 43-yard line. Looking to throw on first down. And the throw out to the sideline, good for just a few yards.
Yeah, and he runs a quick out route, and this is a timing route. Quarterback has to trust him, throw him the football. You can tell they've thrown this a time or two. Nice job, nice success.
Caught in the backfield, it's Freeman. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. about to snap it for the 10th time on this opening drive, but they need a conversion to keep the drive alive on third down. All the way down to the 25-yard line, they move the sticks. It's first down.
And they just kind of sneaked that one in there. As a defensive guy, 3rd and 5+. I'm thinking pass. They were thinking pass, Palmer, and they slipped the run.
And it's so nice then to have this guy running back too, right? Because you could throw it to him on third down or hand it off. And he's got the vision and the athleticism to go pick up that first, keep the drive going.
Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. From the gun, they'll try the middle. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them the first down.
I think throughout the week in practice, when they were game planning their opening script, I don't even know if they envisioned it going as well as it has. This has been beautiful. Nice balance, really nice rhythm. It feels like everything they're dialing up here on their first drive of the game is working to perfection.
Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. The running back has it. Smashes through the tackle. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down. NC State with a fresh set of downs thanks to that running game. A first down run on the doorstep. And he takes it in for a score. Touchdown, Wolfpack!
What a luxury for an offense to have. The ability to set the tone on the ground, giving that guy the football time after time, making offense easy, being physical, and really setting the tone for this football team.
He'll start the return inside his 5. And a really nice job by the kick team to get down there and make sure they limit that return. So UConn's offense will try to get something started with their first possession. As we take a quick look at the impact players for today's game, what players did you guys look to for motivation to make an impact during your playing days, Jesse?
Well, it was the guys we relied on each and every week. We came into the season expecting these types of guys to...
Oh, he's got some space. Good vision and determination there to find his way up to the 23. This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. Right back to it. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
The give to the running back from the shotgun.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Intercepted, the defense has set him up. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
Man, that's not the attempt you wanted to start the game. First pass of the game, interception. Man, just this is where you go to the sidelines. You have a good talk with your coach. You settle down. It's not the end of the world. It's one pass, but that is not the start he had in mind today.
Tackled almost immediately. They're well short of the first down. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Looking to fire. Rush coming in hot, and they got him at the 29. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd down, he drops the throw. And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again. NC State to bring the punt team onto the field. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. And that punt will sail out of bounds. Let's see where the officials spot it. The UConn offense goes back to work. Last drive ended with a pick. Vitally important to take care of the football this time. From the gun, the give, looking for room.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. The Huskies come to the line on 3rd and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. Another incompletion on third down.
Third and short like that on your own side of the field, you're just looking for a quick hitter. You're trying to get the ball out of your hand quickly, but the timing completely off there for the offense, and the ball falls incomplete.
Here's the pressure. They make the tackle, but they'll move the chains, and it's a first down for UConn. Wants to go up top on first down. Catch in the middle, it's Barnes. There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this first period. Both teams wanted to establish the run, and they have done exactly that in the first quarter. They flipped into the field, and we're ready to play.
I mean, that's a great thing. Yeah, I know that we've now grown up in a society that says that you deserve to live where you grew up, but the reality is that extreme America is
so first down here as they go back to work.
The place where there is
out of the gun to give to the back. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
To the air on second down. Working that left side now. Out across the 30 mark, down at the 35 after the 10-yard gain. UConn comes to the line after getting another first down. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. There he goes. And they're getting it rolling with that play to the 42-yard line.
Busting big runs like this is a total team effort. Obviously, the back has to find the hole, but you got to have everybody around them doing their job to make it a good play call.
And everybody around them doesn't just mean the offensive line. The receivers getting their blocks downfield is a big deal, too.
It's a huge deal. We always talk about them catching passes, but blocking is so important for their responsibilities.
And the Huskies back to the line on first down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. Looking downfield on first down. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. So now it's second and long. Back to pass. Bringing the heat. He rolls all the way down to the 5-yard line before they finally get him stopped. UConn comes to the line with a first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Huskies.
And they pay off the drive with a touchdown run, but what a drive. Almost the full length of the field, 98 yards. That's how you put a drive together when you're backed up on your own 2-yard line and get 6.
Looking for blockers. And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. Didn't get anything done, 3 and out on their last series. They'll try to find a rhythm here. To the air on first down. Going to try to get it himself. Got to protect the merchandise. Gets down without taking a hit. Working well behind the sticks on second down. Now the play fake. Wide open downfield. Turns it on down the left side. Running inside the 20. Just making a huge play, and he sets him up all the way down at the 14. They just changed the dynamic of this possession in a heartbeat, and now it's 1st and 10 from inside the red zone. Stopped at the 13-yard line as they try to turn this into points. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity.
I think one of the keys to this defense's success all season has been how good they've been stopping the run. They're a top 10 unit when it comes to rushing defense, and it's helped them out this year down in the red zone.
All right, if you're a quarterback in that situation, you know there's nowhere to go, so just
cut your losses.
You're right, absolutely. Slide, don't take the extra punishment. You just give up on the play.
He's brought down right at the 13-yard line. line, still a ways to go to make it to the line to gain. Let's see what they do on fourth. And the field goal unit is on the field. That thing would have hit a string in the middle of the uprights. Perfect. And with that field goal, they now have the lead. After putting 3 on the board, the kickoff unit ready to go. Looking for those open spaces and opportunity. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. UConn going back to work on offense. They're still looking for a little more productivity as they trail 10-7. Keeps it moving for a 3-yard gain to the 24.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37.
And when you run those drag routes, it just takes a little bit of know-how. And when I say that, the receiver's got to understand, find space. My quarterback's going to find me. He's looking for that space at the same time. Nice throw, nice catch. Way to get the first down.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Wants to go up top. And the quarterback is toast back at the 35.
And listen, the quarterback drops back, and he's going through his progressions. We see zone, but just couldn't do anything about it. This defensive line, this pressure, getting to the quarterback, getting him on the ground.
Oh, they're after him. Finds a man on the left. And he was on his way. Gets it all the way to the 38. The Huskies have it with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. He's going to run it. Kept it, and he's past the mark. They get him stopped, but the big gain has them on the doorstep. Let's mark it at the 13. And the Huskies had tough field position to start this drive, but they've been relentless in moving the ball methodically down the field. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Snagged in the middle, it's Barnes. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. This crowd knows this defense needs them right now. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. He's got it on the run. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it 1st and goal. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. And as we get deep in this first half, a 1st and goal. Give him 6. Touchdown, UConn.
And I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. I'll tell you what, keep that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
What kind of field position can he help them with on the return? And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. First snap of this drive will come from inside the 15 at their own 14-yard line. They'll start this drive going to the air. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. Right down the middle. He's got an open man. Brought down at the 31, it is a first down. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Wants to throw on first down. Fires to the right. And his throw is incomplete.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
Wolfpack with lots of ground to cover on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Unloads to the right. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Touchdown, North Carolina State! He got a step and just dusted the field.
Really nice job on their final drive of the first half, David. Calm, cool, collected. They had balance, excellent execution. They're going to take a lead in here at halftime.
It's so much easier to go into half with that positive momentum, that positive juice. Now we can point to what we just did. Great job taking the lead. Now you go make your halftime adjustments.
He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. The run from the shotgun. Good, solid, determined run there. They'll mark him down at the 27. They'll try the run. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, one of the best environments in the game, and Raleigh has given us a fun first half. And a lot of coaches will say limiting the big plays and maybe hitting on a few yourself is key. But I'm more of a move the chains guy. Give me efficiency every day of the week and twice on Saturday. The offensive unit that subscribes to the less is more philosophy might be the one that leaves here today with a big fat W. And with that, let's send it back to the fellas in Carter Finley Stadium.
All right, Kevin, about ready to start the second half here. NC State will kick off to start things here in the second half. Returner will field it and try to get some field position. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The UConn offense goes back to work. Tight game as we start the third quarter, and we'll see what type of adjustments they made at halftime.
And getting the ball first here, I think, is such a big deal. Like, I get the first chance to make a statement, to make the adjustments, to create some momentum for my squad right here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I think it's so important for this offense to set the tone here early in the second half. To get a nice drive going, build that confidence, and get your defense ready to come on out, get a stop, and change the complexity of this game.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down and 2nd and 6. Looking to fire. Throws to the wideout. Got him downfield. And an explosive play has him on the move, and he gets it all the way to the 48-yard line.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
Here they come, 1st and 10 from the 48. Looking to throw on first down. He'll pull it down and run. Nice job by this junior quarterback to get it done on the ground. UConn comes to the line after getting another first down. Wants to go up top on first down. He has brought down the man. What a job to find some running room and move the chains. Down to the 16-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Grabbed in the middle, it's Barnes. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play in prime position for a score. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. This time they'll go to the running game. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. 3rd down, they can pick up the first without scoring. Touchdown, UConn! And that one will put them up here in the second half.
I think the days of running backs just running downhill are out the window. You better be able to do this. You see the playmaker slip him out of the backfield, throw him the football, he'll handle the rest, get in the end zone for the touchdown.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. North Carolina State has it back on the offense, headed to the field. Last time they had it, Justin Ariel saw precision execution, moved right down the field and put it in the end zone. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up 1. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. They'll run play action. Zings it complete to the right. And they pick up just a few on that completion. Ball sitting right at the 30. It'll be 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass. Pulls it in. It's Turbin. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a 1st down. Well, look what's happening now. Old Uncle Mo has hit the transfer portal and is changing sidelines. Out of the gun, the running back has it. And he'll pick up 1. It brings up 2nd and 9. He'll pull it on the read. Breaks into the open. Brought down at the 39 after a pickup of 10. It'll be a 1st down. North Carolina State defining efficiency on this drive. Looking downfield on 1st down. On target. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the 1st down. And here comes play number 6 of the drive. Stop it. He'll have enough yardage for a 1st down. NC State with a fresh set of downs thanks to that running game. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. They get him on the ground, but not before he rumbles all the way to the 5. On the doorstep of cashing it in for the offense. He'll keep it himself. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Wolfpack.
Man, you've seen the evolution of the option, and you've seen the evolution of the scrambling quarterbacks that can run and be so dynamic and just so much to defend. The quarterback says, forget that. You defend everything, I'll take it myself. In for 6.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. UConn going back to work on offense. They had to stand by and watch that scoring march, and now it's up to them to find a way to answer it. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. First play of the drive wants to throw. Catch in the middle, it's Barnes. Brought down at the 28, but it's a 10-yard gain. Offense has it at the 28 on 1st down. To the air on 1st down. Fires to the wideout. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down. 2nd down coming.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell.
Turning it on. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a 1st down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. They'll give it to him again.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. A lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Grab near the marker. It's Prince. Found the seam on the left. Touchdown, Huskies. And they take it in for 6 more points. When that receiver got free, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you pad my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short and he did the rest of the work.
On the run from inside his own 5. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. This drive will open from the 15. What a good mix of plays, keeping that defense off balance last time, David.
And Reese, they don't know if it's run or if it's pass. They got them right where they want. This defense doesn't know how to react from getting punched in the mouth on that last drive.
So in this next drive, David, I think you keep running the football because that sets up the play action, it sets up the RPO game, and then you keep this defense guessing.
Yeah, and I don't know what happened. He didn't look open as it is, and the QB's trying to make a play, trying to force the ball, but at least he threw it where his guy could catch it or nobody could catch it.
Got his man downfield. Still on his feet at the 45. They make the stop, but barely, and they might need to regroup as we have come to the end of the third quarter. That's the end of the period, and UConn has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the fourth. They go back to work in the final period of this one. They'll go to the ground. Tough sledding there as he picks up 1 to the 29.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
They're working that left side. Got it inside the 15. Run out of bounds at about the 13-yard line, and that's where this offense will go back to work.
Well, this defense is trying to find ways to disguise their coverage and mix it up to try to confuse the QB. It's not working, though. With that last completion, he's now got over 300 yards passing.
NC State with the 1st and 10 here. Pulls and fires complete to the right. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion.
Ooh, and that was close for the offense. They try to go wide receiver screen. They're counting on that receiver beating that defender. Wasn't able to make him miss that time, but if I'm on offense, I'm going back to that play later.
Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Quarterback floating away from pressure. He almost punched it in for 6. They'll get him down at the 1-yard line.
Well, they've tried to get this quarterback going, running the ball in a variety of ways, and they haven't really been able to kind of break him out just yet until that run right there. Nice individual effort on the scramble. It took a little longer than they would have liked, but maybe that's the play that's really going to sort of spark this offense and really maybe get this guy going more on the ground.
And wow, the defense was in there quick, fast, and in a hurry and shut that run game down. Like, they were ready for that 2nd down.
Touchdown, NC State! And they grab the advantage, taking the lead here in the 4th.
And this is a running back, guys, that gets better as the game goes on. Here we are late in this one, and he's still breaking off big runs. Impressive, making people miss, showing you the speed. And that touchdown gives his team the lead.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. The UConn offense goes back to work. Things had not gone the way they planned, but maybe an opportunity to salvage this bumpy ride so far and avoid the upset. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Unloads to the wideout. A strike downfield. Gets it to the 46-yard line. 1st down for this offense. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front?
You gotta have that defense you know you can go to in running situations. Your base defense where you say, okay, this is where I'm gonna start. and I'm going to stop the run, stuff it up front. My guys play big up front. Then if I need to add some blitzes to it later on down the road, I can. But great job in the base defense making a play.
Wants to fire on second down. Caught over the middle. It's Barnes. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
Guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football. You can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on it.
We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and time is of the essence for this offense to get things done. These fans stepping up to help this defense on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. That's reeled in, it's Barnes. Third down conversions are huge, and they've got one, and they're at the 35. Wonder if they'll be conservative on 1st and 10.
It's all but 22, I think, at the time. I've been out on the road, lonely at night, and it'd been a while, so it was on my mind. In with his cowboy hat, and I thought to myself, I could use some of that. His boots like glass, on sawdust floor.
Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down.
And I pulled him
I love
to the
the play
side.
call running the football here in the fourth quarter because with the score what it is right now, everything is at your disposal on offense. You are not panicking. This isn't throw every single down, all of a sudden 2-minute air raid type stuff. You can run the ball. You can do all of your stuff, personnel, shifting, motioning. You just got to be very, very careful and absolutely cannot turn it over.
They're going to go right back to him on first down. Oh, he's got some speed. He rolls all the way down to the 5-yard line before they finally get him stopped. So the opportunity with a touchdown here to take a fourth-quarter lead.
Let me tell you, she was the prettiest thing I'd ever seen. Pair of boots. She walked out to me, handed me a boot. Gave me a look like, let's get out of here. That's when I realized she was every cowboy's dream.
They'll use the running game on first and goal. Touchdown, Huskies! And they moved out front here in the fourth.
And this offense really showing their physicality, running the football when it matters, in the fourth quarter, in crunch time, to take the lead in this football game.
The returner will field it and bring it back. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. It's complete to the left. Still running up for 40. They'll use the timeout. 6 seconds left on the clock. They've got to move quickly here. Still a chance, but they've got to force the ball down the field. Looking to throw on first down. Here comes the heat. They fought to the bitter end, and the final incompletion puts a wrap on it. Well, this was an offensive showcase out there today. We thought it would be a high-scoring game, and it certainly delivered.
If you love offense, then you love this type of game. Both offenses going up and down the field, seemingly at will. Throwing the ball, running the ball. But, David, I feel like if you're a fan of defense, maybe this wasn't your cup of tea.
More defense option. You didn't really get too much of that stuff, but you know, listen, you got to get a few stops late in the game. You got to get one, actually, you got one stop. Right there, staring at me. You got to
stop late. That's why you got the dub. That's going to do it from here. For David Pollock and Jesse
I think I was so startled. I was like, hey. I turned around and I got the chips and I went back in and I remember texting Anna Weisband, who's his publisher, and I was like, was anyone going to let me know that John Party's going to be in the downstairs lobby today? Because I just saw him. And she told me that he called her and he was like, who's that cowgirl on that downstairs? And she was like, that's Ella Langley. And then I think like 2 or 3 days later, we were still in Maui. He asked us, he gave us the offer for the whole U.S. part of the tour, which is like so badass to get on a whole tour. So I went in where all the snacks are downstairs in the front lobby, and they were playing Got a Little Dirt on My Boots because I'm taking you downtown and that's mad. Like, I was looking at the ground and I looked up while I'm singing it. John Party's sitting right there staring at me with his laptop with his hat on, his whole cowboy get up. And I turned around. I don't even know if I said my name. I think I was so startled that I was like, hey. And I turned around and I got the chips and I went back in, and I remember texting Anna Weisband, who's his publisher, and I was like, was anyone going to let me know that John Party's going to be in the downstairs lobby today? Because I just saw him. And she told me that he called her and he was like, who's that cowgirl on that downstairs? And she was like, that's Ella Langley. And then I think like 2 or 3 days later, we were still in Maui. He asked us, he gave us the offer for the whole U.S. part of the tour, which is like so badass to get on a whole tour. So I went in where all the snacks are downstairs in the front lobby, and they were playing Got a Little Dirt on My Boots. You love me.
File your taxes 100% free in the app if you didn't file with us last year. Just file with TurboTax Do It Yourself by February 28th. No matter your tax situation, make the switch to TurboTax Do It Yourself and file free by February 28th.
I feel like this last batch of songs were some of my best. A record deal can change everything. Wouldn't find me as a heartbreaker, but I said a few goodbye. I made a promise, but I know later I'm back to say bye. You've been in the weather, hell, baby, no, I know. Yeah, it was a different time, about different in a different time. Maybe stay on the side of things. I wouldn't saddle up the breeze. I wouldn't disappear out there. I could die these ways. Maybe I spent all this You you knew what you're getting yourself into, and I'm not willing to give it up. Maybe I said it was something I need more as I was. Baby, I'm getting already gone. Baby,